All right, welcome back to the channel. So, you knew this was coming. Eddie Hearn apologizes for Anthony Joshua for something Anthony Joshua just said he was not going to apologize for. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers and people that are just coming by to stop by and watch a video. Thank you guys for coming as well. All right, so you recall Anthony Joshua went to a Black Lives Matter protest and he read a speech that was prepared by somebody in the crowd, in Black Lives Matter. And as a result of him saying that, his fan base went bananas. Bananas to the point where they pulled a poll. I think it was a petition that had gotten 17,000 signatures to get him removed from an award that he had won, a Sportsman of the Year award or something like that. So people all up in arms about it. Anthony Joshua reiterated with the big F you to somebody, to the people that wanted him to say something else. He said, hey, if you need to get busy talking about racism, right? Loved what Anthony Joshua did for it. Anthony Joshua didn't apologize to anybody as far as from what I can see, and steadfastly refused to do it. So what is Eddie Hearn doing when he comes out and says that Anthony Joshua didn't intend or didn't mean what he said? Right now, the reason that he gives, he being Eddie Hearn, the reason that he gives to say that AJ did not mean what he said was that the speech was not written by AJ. It was written by somebody at the crowd. And Eddie Hearn said, if you go and look for the excerpts, I always mess that word up, of the tape of it, that, people are taking what he said out of context. I don't have any doubt whatsoever that people are taking what Anthony Joshua said out of context, because people take that type of stuff out of context all the time. Otherwise, there would be no issue about it. What Anthony Joshua said is just basic economics. It's what you're taught in school. It's not only taught in school, it's in common sense. It's common sense. Hey, if you are having difficulties in your community and you need money, don't spend your money with people in your community. That's the same logic that nationalists use to say, hey, we don't want to move our jobs out of the country. It would be better to buy American. Right? If you buy an American car, then the money stays in America. It pays the salary of an American. And if you pay the salary of the American with the money that you buy, that they make off the car, right? It makes it better for everybody, and it helps out the economy. That's exactly what Anthony Joshua is saying that you should do. Spend your money with people in your community. Now, as a result of spending money in your community, you will not be spending as much money in other communities. But do you see how that works? He would be stealing money or stealing foods out of the mouths of these children because he decided to keep the money and spend it with people in his own community and feed their kids. There's nothing controversial about that whatsoever, if you are a logical and rational human being. However, we do not live in a world where there is a lot of rational human beings and logical human beings. The issue in this, though, is not that Anthony Joshua didn't apologize, because he didn't. And let me say this in the middle of this conversation to the person that came to the page and leaves these comments about how I never have anything positive to say about Anthony Joshua. I have said nothing but positive things about Anthony Joshua in this video and in several of the last ones. because I think what he did was a stand up. It was a stand up type of move. He's clearly somebody that has a lot riding on, and a lot of people that rely on him. And for him to go out of his way and say something that he had to have known would be unpopular, my hat goes off to him. There's nothing that I could say about it. And he refused to apologize. But it's not about that. It's about Eddie Hearn, and why would Eddie Hearn feel the necessity to try to change it around and switch around with what Anthony Joshua said. Everybody the crazy thing is that you feel like you have to defend it. There was nothing to defend. He didn't say anything wrong. It might be that people who have shops in those communities that sell to the people in, I think the area is called Watford, right? So there might be business owners in that area that have relied on on the community and the business that they get out of that community for their children to survive. But hey, man, that's called competition. They move if they don't live in the neighborhood, if they don't fit that description of people that live in that neighborhood, and they came in there and opened a business and they live somewhere else, they decided that they were going to compete with the local economy. If you have people that are already there, they're the community. The issue should be with you buying something from people that don't live there, that take your money out of there. But it's not. It's that that they would decide what they're going to do with their money at all. See, they don't want it's interesting how, you would have, and this is scenarios, this is real scenarios. People that own businesses in areas like, I can't speak for Watford because I've never been there. However, people, right, that own businesses in communities in like the south side of Chicago, there'll be people that own businesses there in those communities. But if you were to go into their community and try to spend your money in their community, they might call the police on you. So it is perfectly okay for them to take money out of those neighborhoods, right, where it never comes back, but they don't want you coming over there to spend the money you have with them. They'll come over there and get it from you. It's just, like I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with what he said. The only thing wrong is the fact that Eddie Hearn has to try to apologize for him. Now, I will wait around because I made sure I read the article. I looked around to make sure that was what Eddie Hearn was saying, and that was not what Anthony Joshua was saying. So as far as I know, that's the case. Moving forward, though, I expect that this is going to work out for the benefit of Anthony Joshua. And I mean the financial benefit of Anthony Joshua. As you know, there was a fight announced that was then unannounced and people are backing away from. But with the immediate happiness from Tyson Fury, the cat was out the bag, that there is a plan to have a Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight, 2 fights next year. And we know that the way that boxing has been set up for a very long time is that there is a dichotomy of the good guy and the bad guy. They in the UK have been trying to build up Tyson Fury to be the good guy over the last year. It is a trick that I have no idea how they think that they're going to pull off, but yet and still they are plugging away in the media on it on a daily basis. So you have Anthony Joshua, but see, two good guys might not sell like a good guy and a bad guy. Two good guys might not sell like a good guy and the bad guy, but quite honestly, what they're doing over there, if they were to have that fight in the UK with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, that's going to be an absolutely monstrous fight. And if they do 2, it'll be big fights. But, my thing is, more than likely, that's not going to happen because Anthony Joshua, I think is going to get past Kubrat Pulev. But I think Tyson Fury is about to lose to Deontay Wilder. At least I hope it is. And I'm hoping that he's not trying to pull out and trying to take that fight out over to Dubai or something like that, man. I hate that it can't be in the United States, but with the ticket prices not, $5,000 a ticket so regular people can get it. But, you know, it's been an interesting couple years in the heavyweight division. Real interesting last 4 years in the heavyweight division. And Anthony Joshua's been a part of it. For the last couple years, I haven't been, you know, the biggest proponent of his, but I like what he's doing in this Watford situation. He just probably needs to tell Eddie Hearn to mind his business and let him, you know, do his own thing. But anyway, that's me. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.